Bars like grains in bags of rice. Had to cook up the thing, get flow this nice. Pepper like.
Welcome everyone. Welcome back to my show, MuBritish. It's me, your host, Joel, Yaya, Mukonzi, Mopao. All of those things all meet into one.
You like a god to me.
Like a god. Son, I am God. God, Allah, Buddha, all rolled up into one big nigga.
International weekend. And I was thinking, what video should I do? What should I do? What should I put onto YouTube on this fantastic, marvelous, cold British evening? Then I thought to myself, I've actually been to the nation. I've been to the nation, fam. When I say the nation, I don't mean the nation of Islam. I don't mean Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't mean Brother Malcolm X. I don't mean Louis Farrakhan. I mean the nation that is known as Spac Nation. I've actually been to a single service of Spac Nation. One church service. I'm not the most religious person in the world. I'm definitely not the most religious person in the world. But I went to Spac Nation. The reason I went to Spac Nation is because my girl, she was going to Spac Nation and she went to more services than me, so she knows more. She wasn't like a proper, like one of them girls, but she went to a few services. And obviously she's young. It's like this is back in the days, fam, before they blew up. Like I'm talking maybe like time ago, fam. I don't even know how. Maybe like 2 years ago, maybe. Before they blew up with all this madness, innit? They're doing the fraud thing and all that. So obviously, being African, Congolese, my parents are religious, so they kind of like always impeach me into religion. Even though as a grown adult, I don't really identify as a Christian, or do I have any religious beliefs in terms of all those religious beliefs. But that's another story. So bam, I go into Spac Nation now. I remember my chick was just trying to coerce me to go, like, yeah, you should come, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's good to pray. This is a young church. Everyone's cool. It's vibrant. It's vibing. It's calm. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm off on Sunday. I'm going to go check this church out. So initially, I go in. That man have church at the Hilton Hotel, fam, in Southwark Road. You know that road that's in between London Bridge and Southwark Station. There's a road in between it. I think it's called Southwark Street. So the church is there on the Hilton Hotel next to Vapiano's. Obviously, first impression, I'm thinking, raw, these men have church at the Hilton? Damn, they rich, man. These men are rich. I'm thinking, fam, Hill Church at the Hilton Hotel? I go in there. Obviously, I'm a tracksuit type of guy. You know me, I gotta be in a trackie. That's me. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Heady One. All black in my tracksuit. So bam, I go in. I'm obviously underdressed. Obviously it's me. Compared to what they're wearing Giuseppe's, Margellas, they're wearing Alexander McQueen's. Them man are doing their thing, Balenciagas. But Balenciagas nice, so I bought them for the missus. Or Fredo. Yeah, so they're wearing Balenciagas. Obviously, that shit don't matter to me because that's just materialistic things. So I'm thinking, yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm not even that religious, so I'm just kicking back, you know, just taking it all in. I walk in, I see everyone's dressed nice, man. They're all dressed up, swaggered up. I respect that. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm an African Congolese saper as well, so I thought, you know, I appreciate this as well. If you don't know what saper means, go on Google, right? Saper, les sap, hein? Tu comprends, les sap. Yeah, so I walk in there and I'm just like, they're selling Bibles. They're selling children's coloring books. And a man like me that's a thinker, I just thought, this place already smells fishy. They're trying to sell you Bibles. Because I've been to churches before, they normally give Bibles, but they're selling Bibles. So that lets you know what time it is. You know what I'm trying to say? If a church is selling Bibles, bro, you know what they're about, fam. They're about that bread. So I'm thinking they're selling Bibles, selling children stuff. I go into the service. There's heap of man there. There could be about 200 people. There's bare people downstairs at that Hilton. They mashed it all up, fam. I'm talking Mercs outside, mad whips. I'm thinking, yo, these niggas caked up, fam. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to join the congregation, go into a Bible study or something, fam. If I can pull up with a Merc, I might as well go to a Bible study, innit? You know what I'm trying to say, fam? Like, so I'm there. I'm thinking, yo, there's money in this gaff. You know me, fam. I sniffed the money, fam. I can smell the money on the pastor. Like, when he's preaching, I'm just thinking, I smell the money. Because you know these Nigerian pastors, fam. You know Nigerians, they love bread, fam. That's one thing about them, man. They're balingarambongo, fam. Nigerians, they love bread, fam. That's their thing. And obviously, I respect that, fam. You know what I mean? You got to grind in it. You got to put on you got like 7 siblings, bro. So, bam. I'm sitting down now. I'm looking on the screen. Obviously, they're preaching and that. Them chicks is wearing like some mad, crazy outfits. It's like, obviously they're curvaceous, but the outfits are just like, you would have thought they was going cargo and Shoreditch, fam. But nah, but these lot going church, fam, in these mad outfits. I'm thinking, raw. You know the pastor about to do something in this church, because them chicks is dressing wild. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. I let it continue. I'm just sitting there with my girl, and I'm thinking, raw, have they got the bank so-called details on the screen of the church? Bro, these lot had the bank details on the screen, on the projector, fam. It was like going back and forth. I was thinking, bro, is that so code? Bro, these man had the so code on the screen. I think the pastor said, if you ain't got money, you can do an online payment. And I said to myself, fam, these man making bread, fam. You know how I'm trying to say? Like, there's money in this gaff, fam. But, you know, because I was smart enough, because at that stage, I was already in my 20s. Obviously, like, I'm already an old man at this time. I'm only like 24, 25. So it's like, I'm thinking like, I've already dealt with all these religious people in my past life. You know what I mean? Prior to me going to Spac Nation, I've dealt with similar organisation, churches of young people before across the UK. Now, obviously, I used to go to a church called Potter's House, which is quite they're not really that money orientated, but obviously I understand that religion is something to do with control, manipulation. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of reasons why people go to church, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, some people go into financial gains, obviously, sexual gains, just a sense of belonging. There's different elements to it, man. So obviously I'm previous to the fact that all that stuff occurs while, you know what I mean? Because human beings, we're corrupt. So we corrupt anything. Like, you can give us anything, we're just gonna corrupt it, because that's just how that's just our nature, bro. I don't know what it is. It's like, or even these political figures, like, we're just like FIFA, everything. We're just corrupt, man. As humans, like, we always think, how can I use this to benefit me? And that's the sad part of it. But and church is not like an exception to that thinking of humans. You know, I mean, the way that humans think, church is not an exception to that. People still carry the same thought as in church. You know what I'm trying to say? Because from my experiences, I've spoken to people that have had crazy experiences with pastors. Like, I know some chick that a girl, pardon me. I know a girl, like, her pastor, like, was texting her to, like, come see him in his house. I was like, raw. This is time ago. I was thinking, raw. Is that what your pastor's messaging you? That's wild. You know what I'm trying to say? She's obviously the time we were at uni. Her pastor's an old Nigerian guy. He's texting her some crazy. I'm thinking, raw. Is that what he's saying to you? Yeah. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's all these manipulation stuff. Because obviously I've had my experiences in churches. Like I said, obviously as a kid, not as a kid, as a 16, 17-year-old. Obviously my mom being bare religious and my parents, like, coming from a Congolese background and that. My mum was like always trying to push me to go to church, and I didn't even want to go to a Congolese church. I thought I want to go to more like a young church, innit? Like, to fit in more. I don't want to go to these church with these uncles and aunties and stuff like that. So obviously I found these guys in my area that I was living in at the time, which was Derby, and obviously they were doing this church called Potter's House, innit? And obviously I went to a couple services and stuff like that at the age of 16, 17. And them brothers were making me feel bad about myself, fam. Them brothers is like, came up to me, they crept up to me like, when you die, are you going to go to heaven or hell? I was thinking, rough, fam. Like, I don't even want to. I was thinking, raw, that's a crazy question. It's hurting my heart. I'm thinking, I don't want to go to hell, man. And they're like, yo, do you want to take the Lord Jesus Christ? And obviously, I started going to that church. I took it a bit serious, but I was still doing my thing outside of church. Obviously, my mom was happy that I was going to church, so she wasn't questioning it. But I always felt like, because I was only like 16 or 17 at the time, and some of them guys were old, so they were just kind of like, it's like a mind manipulation type of stuff, because I feel like they kind of forced me as well at the time to get baptized, isn't it? Because I got baptized solely because of them. I didn't even really want to do it. They kind of like peer pressured me, like, in a certain way. Like, they just kept like talking about it, and I just thought to myself, like, I don't really want to be baptized, you know what I mean? Because I thought, like, I'm not even righteous, like, I just want to be myself. And obviously being like 16 at the time, and obviously having these grown men keep saying to me, like, oh, you're gonna go hell, you're gonna do that, you're gonna go to hell if you don't do this. And my mom as well being religious, it just put me in a crazy predicament, because I just thought, like, I didn't want to disappoint my mom in one end because she's religious, and obviously I didn't want to disappoint these people that I've only just met. But I'm also disappointed with my mom, because then these guys are just pushing me, and my mom as well, because she's religious. Like, she's happy about all this. She's like, oh my God, my son's finally taking church seriously, etc., etc. So I'm thinking like, yo, like, I'm in a crazy predicament, because like, I'm not gonna lie, fam, initially I just went into the church to pray and that, but I also went in there to meet girls as well. That was a certain level of what I went as a young man, as a 16, 17-year-old, because I thought a lot of hot girls are going. So, you know, I'm sorry, man, but it's just the truth, innit? That's just how my mind was thinking at the time. So, like, and all these things, all these attributes, and it was just proper grilling into me that I was going to go to hell. And I was so scared, like, I mean, I was trembling, fam. Like, I was like, nah, man, I don't want to go to hell. Like, everything I did, like, I would always think about that. Like, if I was doing something negative, I always think, like, oh, I don't want to go to hell. It really affected me, like, and I just thought, oh, my God, I don't really want to be a bad, like... It was crazy, fam. I was just going through a lot as a 16, 17-year-old at that time, and I just thought, fam, these men weren't making it worse. They were making it better. They were making it worse to me, because I was just thinking, like, they're putting bare peer pressure on me, fam. And my mom's also putting peer pressure on me as well, because, like, she's obviously not really, like, consciously, but subconsciously, because she wants me to do the best, and for her, the best is Christianity and being a godly person. That's what she jurisdicts as being the best for her. So it comes to the day of my baptism. Obviously, man got baptized in Queen's Leisure Centre in Derby, swimming pool. So, yeah. So, I go into there, and I'm thinking, like, I don't even want to do this. I'm with my boy, Johnny. Big up Johnny in China. I was with my guy, Big J. Jay, big up you. So, I'm with my guy, Johnny, and I'm just thinking, like, yo, what is really happening here? Because, like, I don't really want to go forward with this. I just want to just live my life and just, you know what I mean, just maintain, and just, I didn't really want to do it, fam. So I went in, obviously me being a comedian type of person, so went in, did my speech, made people laugh, obviously I'm an entertainer, baby, you know what I'm trying to say. Got baptized, and obviously the day after I got baptized, I had to go to college. Obviously, man, went to Burton College at the time, and in Burton, obviously, in West Midlands, East Midlands, wherever it is, Staffordshire, East Staffordshire. So I'm there, I'm in college, I'm just thinking, bro, like, fam, I don't even want it. Like, I was shook, fam. Like, I was trying to avoid the mandem in college, because I thought, if I see the mandem, I'm going to be doing bad things that I don't want to do. And obviously, I just got baptized, so I got to change my life around. So I was just avoiding the mandem for time, innit? And I was bare prank. Like, the next day to college, like, I was so scared and worried. And I just knew that God doesn't feel like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, you shouldn't be scared. And I just thought, I was trembling, fam. I was thinking, oh my God, am I going to go hell if I do one bad thing? Because I've already accepted God. I got baptized in that. Am I really going to go to hell? And I was so scared, fam. But time. Then I just, you know what I mean? I just did my own research, like I said. And I just realized that, you know, for me personally, like, religion is just, it is what it is. It's a human creation, isn't it? You know what I'm trying to say? For me personally. But everyone's got their own opinions. And obviously you're entitled to what you want to believe in. But for me personally, I would say, like, don't let other people, you know what I mean, like, put, like, their thought process onto you. Be your own person. You know what I'm trying to say? These church people, some of them are weak individuals, you know what I mean? They only feel strong as a collective, you know what I'm trying to say? Because churches, they're like gangs all these social clubs, because the thing is, as humans, we all want to belong into something like a social club or an organization. We just want to be affiliated with something that's bigger than us. You know what I mean? That's the same thing. People are football hooligans. People join gangs. People join all this stuff. Religion also has an element of that in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like it's people seeking acceptance from others. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's people in there that live double standard lives. They say one thing and they're doing the next thing. And that's just a human trait. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't let these people like tell you this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went to Spac Nation, I was already in my 20s, like mid-20s. So it was like nothing to me. But if I went in there as a young person, maybe as a 18-year-old, they could have played a massive role in my life, because like that time, like coming from my background, having a religious mother and that is like, it's like, they're only happy to see you go to church. So it's kind of like double push. So you know what I'm trying to say? They're happy to see you do that, and you're making your mom proud, and you're making these random people proud. But at the time, that means a lot to you because you're young and you're just impressionable. But when you just grow up, you just think it's just words on a piece of paper at the end of the day. And if these like, and generally, I just think God judges you based on your characteristics and your heart and the things that you do, the deeds that you do. And these people, bruv, don't let them make you feel bad. Like a church like Spac Nation, if they're about their bread, like that's what religion is in 2019, bro. So people are in it for sexual gains, bread gains. They're trying to monetize off it because they wouldn't spend that much time doing it if there was not a massive gain for them. Obviously, there's good pastors, like, don't get me wrong, there's probably pastors that do a lot in their communities, but there's too many bad ones, and that just the bad always outweighs the good in life. You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously these Nigerian pastors, bro, they're about their bread, fam. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they're about their bread. Nigerians are about their bread, fam. Don't get it twisted, bro. When you see them, like, you know what I mean? They're small Africans, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they're about their paper, fam. They want their bread. Like, I'm not surprised, fam. They, like, all these churchmen, like, bro, these men doing Bible songs, like, they violating, bro. All these Spac Nation people. I'm not even the most religious person, but I can tell you, like, oh, the skank, trap mash, bro. Like, they're doing the opposite of that. Because, like, remember when I was young, going to church with my parents, like, on a strict type of Christian regime, because obviously, like, the family was like, if you're Congolese, you know about Branamis, but it's like about Branamis, innit? And so we're going to church, like, it's like a Branamis is like the church that follows like William Branham. In the church, like, the women can't sit with the men sit on this side, the women sit on this side, there's no television, all that type of stuff. I just think, like, it's too much for humans. Like, bro, we're just, let us, you know, like John Legend says, we're just ordinary people, we don't know which way to go, take it slow. Literally, that's all we gotta do, fam. We just gotta take it slow. And it's like, bam, don't let these people like trick you into something, pulling out loans and shit, getting baptized. I got tricked into getting baptized. Like, I could have got tricked into getting loaned if I was in Spac Nation at the time that happened to me. So when I reached Spac Nation, I was already old, so I saw everything. Like, my first day there, I knew what it was. I knew it was a money thing. Because there's some churches you go, you know, it's like they're in it for sex or something. Like, I'm telling you, bro, there's things like, there's dynamics. I just feel like that. There's some churches, you know, it's like a sex church deep down, like they're all mashing each other. But this one is all about bread. I'm telling you, fam. Like the Potter's houses and that's about sex, fam. They're mashing each other, fam. But these men there, like, they're doing a lot in terms of financial gains and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, like, fam, Christianity ain't good for black people. Islam ain't good for black people like that. So I think, like, bro, we need to move collectively, man. Dead all these, like, fairy tales. Let's focus on passing generational wealth and empowering the next generation to do better with education and also financial gains, like everyone other community is doing. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna sign out. MuBritish, Big J speaking. Had to share my experience with you lot. Thank you guys for watching my show. Oh shit, 156 subs, baby. Subscribe. Look out for my video with Grime Legend coming real soon, bro. I'm being serious. Look out for that video with the Grime Legend, bro. So fam, I'm gonna drop that tomorrow on Saturday. So I'm recording, whatever. Subscribe, bro. Thank you guys.
Got it popping like, yeah, scene. Pouring the cup with your boy looking lean. And I'm still out there chilling like